Hi everybody, it's Cynthia and I'm here with a small haul of pop culture goodies for that we picked up today out of mostly a Salvation Army and a local charity shop run that I wasn't even actually planning on making. So it just shows you it's always worth going out. We went to Salvation Army and found out they were half price on clothing, so I picked up a couple of shirts that I probably wouldn't have bought at full price because Salvation Army prices are a little higher. For example, this Rudolph Bumble shirt. This is Bumble sort of dressed up as Santa Claus. Really cute. I normally would not be buying Christmas shirts at this time of year. It's an official Rudolph, and you can see the original price on it was $4.50. So I got it for $2.25, and even at Christmas time, I probably wouldn't have paid $4.50 for this. And when I got home, I found out though Rudolph does sell really well. There are a lot of these shirts up. They are selling in the $12 to $14 range, but there are quite a few of them. So I may have to wait for this one to sell. But he was kind of a rescue. I couldn't leave Bumble behind. He's my favorite character on Rudolph. I have Bumble behind my desk. He sits there all the time. Next up, this one's going to be hard to see on the camera here. This is so it says Get Burned, and incredibly I was surprised I figured out what this was from looking at it. This is a Comic-Con promo t-shirt from Burn Notice, the TV series from 2009. Again, not a whole lot of value in it. There is like one up and it hasn't sold. Burn Notice things do sell, but since I got it for half price because it was $3.99 originally, so I got it for $2. It looks like somebody got it as a promo shirt. They probably never wore it. So again, I might have to wait a while for that one to sell, but I couldn't really leave it behind. This was both a yay and a ugh find. So this is one of these Star Wars half marathon shirts, but it's a long sleeve one, which is very unusual to find. These half marathon shirts always sell for us. The Star Wars ones, which I've only found recently because you can see it was just last year, they sell really well. We just sold one, not this design, but another Star Wars half marathon. Gosh, I want to say it went for like $25 or $30. This is again, very nice logo. This dark color is unusual. It's the dry fit Vapor. Well, this one's called Vapor, but I think it's the same from Champion. It's that dry fit shirt. It was $4.50 and I got it for $2.25. But this is the problem right here. So you can see there's what looks like a grease stain on here. But because this is a vinyl underneath, we think we can get that off. My husband, oddly, is a stain wizard, and he does a lot of model building and works with paints, and he thinks that he can probably use some rubbing alcohol. If it doesn't wash out in the wash, rubbing alcohol should get that off. I kind of almost hate to run it through the wash because it looks like, again, it's never been worn. But it's an official Disney. So depending where you live, we live near Disneyland, so we do find a lot of these half marathon shirts at our thrift stores. If you are in the Orange County area or in the Florida area, I don't know if they do this there, these shirts are fantastic. They sell really well. This one was sort of, I couldn't pass it up because of the love. So it says the AV Team, 1983, and on the back, it says, "Pity the fool who messes with the AV Team." And obviously it is a play on the A-Team, which is one of my favorite TV shows. Murdoch, hey! All kinds of things going. Obviously this is something that somebody made, but I thought, AV, like the AV Club, that are typically the nerds, and the A-Team, I just thought, again, I couldn't pass it up. It was half price off of $3.99, so for $2, again, I had to buy it. I watched recently an interview with Nicole State, and I'm sorry, I don't remember his name. I want to say his name was AJ. He was a streetwear guy who really specializes in streetwear, and he really got me thinking about hats in particular. We've done on and off with hats. We've sold some for great money, and then we've had other ones that we cannot get rid of. So I thought I'd give it another try. this was a really unusual retro hat. It says Casey Industrial Ink. It's a corduroy with this funky zipper root thing here on the back for adjusting the size. Like, I've never seen that before. And I don't know how old or new that makes it, but I think this has got to be a pretty vintage item. You know, and it's kind of a trucker hat. I guess it's not because it doesn't have the mesh, but it feels like it to me. And this little rope trim on the front is, again, very 70s. Another Casey shirt, Casey hat with a Hawaiian print did sell for some good money. I could not find anything matching this, but some of these corduroy hats have been selling. I'm thinking I could get $14 for it or so. I paid $3 at a charity shop. And I also took a little chance on this. Now that I'm seeing some dirt on it, maybe it wasn't a best bet. This is Hurley, Huntington Beach, California. We, again, are in California. We're in Orange County, so this is close for us. This is basically a mesh. This is a trucker hat. The foam and the mesh tells you that. Obviously, it's a newer one. I don't know if my eyes are deceiving me or if that is a little stain there. I think it is. We may have to clean that. These sell, but somebody is selling a lot of them online. I think my enthusiasm got the best of me, and this maybe wasn't the best thing for me to purchase. But it was $3. Worst case, you know, it was $3. It gets redonated back. The other thing that I took kind of a chance on because it was a little bit strange was this. So this was the same store as the hats. We only go to one store that still carries a lot of toys, and they're very careful about making sure the toys are complete when they put them out, games and things. This is Real Steel Build and Battle set. So it's from the movie Real Steel. You can see the DreamWorks pictures down here. It's from Jakks Pacific. And it is a set of pieces where you can build your own robots. And then, of course, it comes in this nice carry case. And here's what's crazy about this. They wanted $5 for it. So that wasn't a gimme. So I wanted to look that up. I was drawn to it because it's robots. I was drawn to it because it's new in box and because it is from a movie, Real Steel. I looked up Build and Battle set, which is what it says on the front on eBay, and there were none. But then I looked up just kind of Real Steel Jakks, and I looked up Real Steel toys and found a set similar to this one that sold for $300. No joke, $300. Later, I realized it was exactly this set, but the man had photographed it open, and he didn't call it Build and Battle set. He called it something Build and something else. But it was this set. So I'm like, yay, can you believe it? $300. But then I dug around a little bit more and found that some of them only have sold for $20. So I don't know. There are a lot of Real Steel toys, some of which do sell for quite a bit. $75, $85. There's like a Rock'em Sock'em Robots version from Real Steel that sells for a lot. There are some Japanese robotic sets, and those maybe are what sells for more. Maybe I'm confusing this set with the other one, and this isn't the same. I don't know. I got to do a little bit more homework, but at the very least, I should be able to sell this for $20. And at the most, I could get a couple $100 for it. So this was the, who knows, real catch of the day. We'll see. I'll let you know in a future video how I did with this, because that's kind of crazy. My wackadoodle thing of the day, I'll save that for the end. This was my other misstep. So this is another one of these where trying to stretch may have gotten me in trouble. We were at the Salvation Army, and in the back of the store by the books, there was a pile of 45 records. And my husband's really into things like this, so I showed them to him, and I said, is there anything here? And he was looking through them, and then I saw this. Parlophone, I guess it's pronounced. And all I did was I said to him, Parlophone, what's that? And he said, oh, that's the label the Beatles used to be on. And look, here it does say Hayes, Middlesex, England. But if you can read the label, these records are Greek. So I looked up on eBay, Parlophone 45s Greek. And the first thing I saw was people saying that this was the Beatles' Greek release on Parlophone Records. So I'm like, oh my gosh, this is like some Beatles stuff in Greek. I can't believe it. And my husband goes, are you sure? Because that doesn't seem right. And I'm like, that's what it says. Well, I was wrong. When I got home and I looked on a bigger screen, because my glasses with my phone didn't do so well. When I looked at the bigger screen, I saw that there are Greek Beatles 45s, but they actually have, in English, the names of the Beatles songs on here. These, apparently, are actually Greek records. There's 2 of them. Now, they still might have some value. I've seen these. Some of these are listed for like the $14 range, and some of them have sold in the $6 range. The trouble is, I can't type in Greek because I don't have a Greek keyboard. I don't know. There's probably a way to do it. What this is. There is a number over here, though, that apparently people use. This one's in pretty good shape. You can see it's got some weird little thing happening here. The record itself is in good shape. This one is completely ripped up, and the record's not in the best shape. And it gets worse, and I'll tell you about it in a minute. The only other one we picked up was this one. Now, again, the sleeve is really mangled, but this is Snap Crackle Pop 30. Oh, I just realized this. It's a 33 1/3. It's actually a record album. That's too funny. It's not actually a 45. And this is 3, and I think it's 2-sided, 6 songs. This is a Kellogg's promo record. It's in pretty good shape. You probably can't tell on the camera, but it's pretty darn clean. Unfortunately, I don't think this is the original wrapper, but, you know, it is what it is. So we figured this. Now, there's a couple of these listed online right now for $14. None of them have sold that I could see. So this may have absolutely no value. I used to buy a lot more of this kind of serial premium things, but I found that they just don't sell like they used to. I don't think people really collect the serial premium items and promo items that they used to. When my audience was kids, like cereal was a really big part of our pop culture upbringing, and that's why I think that people were really buying cereal items, but not so much. I think the newer generation is not really interested. So here's where it really gets bad. So we took these 3 to the front counter and say to the woman, how much are these? Because there's no price on them. And she says, oh my gosh, where did you get these? These were not supposed to be out by themselves. These were part of a large set that was in the collectibles case, all sealed up together. So apparently somebody asked to see them out of the case, said they were going to buy them, then took them back in the store, which is way far away. It's about as far as you can get from the collectible case, opened it, and took everything apart. Or took a look at what was in there, decided they didn't want it, and left it. And then someone else strewn them all over it, because they were all over the shelf in the back. But there was only about 6, 7 total. There was a Madonna, I think, and an In Excess, a couple of other ones. So I don't know, but she was very unhappy that this had happened. And we were kind of unhappy because I bet you these were in better condition when they were still in the box. I bet you these got ruined after someone pulled them out of the box. So she said $1.99. Well, I was hoping she meant $1.99 for all 3, but she didn't. She meant $1.99 for each. And we were already at the register, and there was a big long line. So I was like, 2, 3 for the 6. You know, like $2 each doesn't sound bad, but when it's $6 total, I'm not even sure we're going to get $6 back on these. And then they have to be mailed. I hate mailing records. I should have said no. I should have left them behind. Now we might make money on them. We might at least make our money back on them. But this was definitely one time when I went too far out of our reach to buy something I didn't really know what I was buying. And I think this was a waste. I know $6, like I said, doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're reselling, I think $6 was probably way more than I should have paid for these. I should have left them behind. So we'll see where we go on those. The last thing I want to show you tonight is something I just picked up because it was so weird and crazy. So check this out. Now, who does this look like to you? If you're like my age or so, you might remember this might look like somebody. And again, forget the feather on the top. Here's what's weird. So this is a heavy plaster, and it's got a wall hanger on it. So somebody made this. Like they filled this with plaster, put this wall hanger in it. And you'll see this is like a little earring back, which tells me that this was from the 70s or earlier, because I don't think we were really doing these pierced ears with these little backs before the 70s. It weighs a ton. So if you forget the feather in the hat, and you look at this kerchief and the hat, it's a cowboy, right? And then, I don't know why, there's like a gold little button here. I don't know what the heck that is. It's just like a metal piece. It doesn't say anything. I don't understand that either. I thought it looks like Michael Landon from Bonanza. I just think it does. I think it totally looks like Little Joe. And it looks, and I say cowboy. Now, the feather, if you forget this and you look at the hat and the feather, it looks like Three Musketeers, right? Feathers, hat, you know, slopey hat. The hat does have a little bit of damage here and over here, but again, I'm not really worried about that. Otherwise, it's in really good shape. So I haven't got a clue, but it was $3. It was really strange, but I love the eyes. I love the face. I think the face looks super. And I think somebody who's a cowboy fan or a Three Musketeers fan, I really am tempted to just take off this stupid feather. If I could do it cleanly, I may just get rid of that feather. And I did look up online. I looked up face, like decor, something like that. And they do, these creepy things do sell. There are a whole bunch of different faces in this heavy plaster that I did see on eBay selling, not for a ton of money. Again, it's going to cost a fortune to ship it. It's so heavy. I probably also shouldn't have wasted my money on him, but for $3, I just couldn't leave him behind. He's just too fun. What I'd like to do is find a place to put him for a little bit. He's so heavy. I don't even understand hanging him on a wall. He's really heavy. But yeah, I couldn't resist him. So this was our finds. I will say too, I did try something a little different today. We went over to Tuesday Morning, if you have that chain near you, to see if we could find some items there, new items to add to our store. And everything was priced exactly like what it would be on eBay. I saw these Walking Dead, kind of like they're not Legos, but they look like Legos, like, you know, whatever the generic version of Lego. And they're like Walking Dead, the governor's home, and it had like heads and fish tanks. I thought, surely this is worth something. But they weren't worth any more. Tuesday Morning wanted $12 for them, and they're only selling for about that. So we were very disappointed. And the only thing we ended up buying at Tuesday Morning was a chocolate bar for 69 cents, which isn't actually all that great. I was kind of thinking it'd be better. And a bag of kettle corn. So there's that. Anyway, that's my finds for today. We may or may not do any more shopping this weekend. We do have a lot of things to list, and like all resellers, I'm going to say, we really don't need any more stock right now, but we always buy more stock, don't we all? So that's what I've got. Why don't you tell me what you picked up when you were out on your thrift run this week? I would love to hear about it. I'd also love to hear your opinion of whether you think this looks like Little Joe Cartwright or not, and what you think about my Greek Parlophone records, whether I wasted my money for $6 for that, well, $4 plus $2 for Snap Crackle Pop, or if I should have left them in the store. That's what I got. See y'all later.